But we want to talk about this shift in message with our panel now. Christopher Hahn, who is a former aide to Senator Chuck Schumer and a Fox News contributor, and David Webb, host of the David Webb Show on SiriusXM's Patriot Channel and Tea Party 365 co-founder. There you have it. He's found his message, right? We talked about it. I mean, he clearly thinks he's onto something. Let me start with you on this, Chris, as a Democrat. On that point, he thinks he's onto something.
He does. He's definitely distorting what the president said. And the president, you know, maybe was a little off message there yesterday. But I think what the president was trying to say was, you don't just succeed overnight by yourself. You succeed because there's an environment for success. Roads, bridges, schools, educated workforce, and not to mention our court system, our security that our country's taxpayers provide for businesses to grow. Mitt Romney wants everybody to be able to pursue happiness, and for him, that has been taking a $77,000 a year tax deduction to send his horse to the prom once a year. So, you know, that's the kind of happiness. If that makes him happy,
you know what I love about Chris? You can always get a narrative over the facts. Here's what the president said. If you were successful, somebody along the line gave you some help. There was a great teacher somewhere in your life. Somebody helped create this unbelievable American system that we have allowed you to thrive. Somebody invested in roads, bridges. If you've got a business, you didn't build that. Well, this is the chicken and egg. Here's the political chicken and egg. It costs. It takes taxpayer money. Government doesn't have a bank. Henry Ford, he built a business. They paid taxes. Our taxes combined, all of us that pay taxes, provide for this system. So the Obama collectivist approach is that you need government to do this, whereas the American success story is you have an idea, someone has a particular, let me finish, somebody has a particular skill, and they're able to build and develop something which pays taxes, which funds government. So yes, there is a government involvement to a degree, but it is not government subsistence.
Dave, let's just say the government is there to provide the background, the support, the infrastructure to let these businesses thrive. We agree on that.
Okay, what's the background then, Chris? Specifically, what's the background?
What do you mean the background, Dave? I don't even know what you're talking about. The bottom line is
what does government provide?
What does government provides the infrastructure, the stability. It's here. It's there. Businesses don't just pop up overnight. It's not just because Henry Ford would never have been Henry Ford had there not been roads being built, had there not been an environment of stability that our government has created. Listen, without that stability, David, let me jump in
and ask you this. Let me jump in. This is all the president's justification for raising taxes on the, so-called wealthy. If you're individual over $200,000, if you're family over $250,000, this is his justification for wanting to raise taxes. But here's what I don't understand: if I take risk and create a business and it succeeds, and I make over 250 or 200, then he wants me to pay more taxes. If I take risk and build a business and it doesn't succeed, then I get to stay at the same rate. But both people. Both people in this hypothetical scenario used the same infrastructure, took the same risk, created the same business, but one has to pay more. Why? Because he or she was successful.
This is the opposite of Solyndra. Remember, in Solyndra, what they did was they socialized the risk and they privatized the gain. Now the president wants to flip it. He wants to socialize the gain by taking away from the Americans.
But as good as your point is, I think my point was better. Why?
Well, they're both excellent points.
No, but this is my question. Seriously, help me get at the bottom of this, Chris. Why? What is the justification for the two people who take risk, build businesses, use the same infrastructure, same government, same roads, same bridges, same everything, and one happens to succeed and one doesn't because one has creativity, one has a better idea? Why should the one who succeeds pay even more than they're now paying?
Theoretically, if you succeed, you are using more of government services. You are benefiting more from certain government services. What separates us from Uganda is we have a functioning government that provides things for its citizens, specifically stability. And I've heard conservatives crying for the last, wait. I've heard you've been crying for 3 years now about stability in this country, about the president is not leading to stability in the tax raise and certainty. What we have with our government is certainty. We have a certain system that's going to have roads with safety on them, a government that's protected, and a court system that's going to protect these businesses day and night as they go to use our justice system.
Can we go back to reality here instead of what Chris pushes versus how, frankly, you subsist as a capitalist?
But you're not getting at what I'm saying. I'm saying that the person who fails and the person who succeeds both take advantage of the cops and the firefighters and the security and the system of laws and the roads and so on. The difference is one succeeds and one doesn't, because one is Steve Jobs and he has an amazing idea, and one isn't. One's idea falls flat. The president says the one who succeeds should pay more. And the question is why? Mitt Romney right there said it's because he's attacking or demonizing people who become successful. If that's not not what he's doing, then why? What is the justification?
First of all, this is not a gaffe by the president. This is what he believes. He believes in the European socialist democracy kind of system. He believes in big centralized government. And rather than Uganda, America, let's talk about the facts. The facts are most people don't end up in court. We use the roads to transport goods, but somebody has to invent that good. Somebody has to manufacture that good. Somebody has to provide that service. They pay taxes because they're successful. The ones that are not as successful are not being penalized for their failure.
Well, they already pay more than the people who did not succeed. The tax rate is already different for those who succeed.
Can I just inject a little reality into Dave's comments? The president is asking for a 3% increase in the marginal rates, bringing us back to where we were when Clinton was president and the economy was booming. And conservatives call him a socialist.
No.
For that reason, he's a socialist.
You know what, Chris, how do you exist?
Hold on, David. That's a separate debate about whether the hike he's proposing is, outrageous or not outrageous or justified or not justified. I'm talking about the reasoning offered by the president there. Is it sound?
The real reason that we need this hike is because our economy is stinking up and our debt is rising out of control. And the tax breaks that the Bush administration gave were part of it. And at the time, the economy was creating a surplus. And maybe those tax rates could be justified then. That's why he put a 10-year time limit on it, Megyn. And it's time for them to go.
Sorry, but Chris argues narrative. The facts are private sector, private wealth capital is what built this country. Government gets its money from the people. We fund the policemen, the firefighters, the roads, the bridges. They're not built, without our wealth creation.
Would you give me that we're going to get rid of the break for horse prom? Let's get rid of the tax deduction for horse prom.
You know what? If he's rich and he earns it on his own...
77,000 taxpayer dollars for horse prom.
How do you earn your money down there on Wall Street, Chris? You earn it with capitalism. You push progressivism.
See you soon. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.